welcome back. It's me, it's Jasmine, the crochetery here. I don't have Filbert, he's somewhere within the massive stuffed animals in this corner. I wish I would have grabbed him. But I have a couple crochet kits to try today. I just blacked out the little labels that was on them. I think it just led to their website, but I just blacked them out just in case. But I have two of these little crochet kits here, and I was super excited because I've always wanted to try a crochet kit. But obviously, being 3 years into crochet now, that doesn't really make much sense. I already know what I'm doing. But I figured it would be a fun little video to kind of review them, because I don't know if people have done that. I feel like someone's done that before, and I'm just not thinking it. I'll look it up during the editing process, and I'll link anyone down below who has done this before. But I'm gonna review them, see if they're any good for a beginner, and then if they are, I'll recommend them to you. But I have this cute little cow. It's a little strawberry cow, and this one, which is only the plush, I'm assuming all the ingredients to make this. It's got a sound when you I don't know how well you can hear that, but it's got a little swooshing sound, whatever's in here is not protected. And then this one is a little axolotl with a pearl, and then it has its own plush in it, which is why this box is bigger than this box. This one's just the kit, but this one has the plush in it. But from the photo, the plush is not a crocheted plush, and that's because this brand, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it right here. I don't know how to say it. But they actually do make plushes as well. And I have one of their plushes behind me, so I will grab that. It's this super little long cat type thing. They have this is that brand, and it didn't occur to me until my friend had messaged me when I gave her the idea that I was doing this, and she said, I know that brand. And then I looked it up, and then I realized they have a ton more crochet kits. So if you're interested in this, I'd love to retest this brand. Maybe there's different boxes, different goodies, different patterns that I'd like to do, or just try different boxes out. I feel like that would be a little fun too. Maybe you have one that you've wanted to do like these, but you weren't sure how they'd perform. Maybe you're new and you're watching this trying to figure out which box is going to be good for an absolute beginner. Maybe you own your own crocheted little kit thing on Etsy, and you're shouting yourself out. You're yeah, try my box. I want to see how my box performs. But I think I'm going to do just the cow one first, because this is the one that I seen originally when I was looking up this idea of crocheted kits. So we're going to do one box at a time. I'm going to open it up, see what's in here, and then I'm going to actually make the little cow that's on the cover, following their instructions and guidance. And then I'll just review how it goes, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, I feel like this might be a little too up close and personal, but you can see the little strawberry cow. You can see the tape on here. I haven't opened it yet. Like I said, I wasn't trying to cheat to see what's in here. I don't know if it's everything that you need, and that's what we're going to find out. Alright, open it up. Alright, that is everything that is in this little box. We have this fluffy strawberry cow crochet pattern, which, let's see what's actually in the box. So it has your supplies list, your terminology. Okay, and then it has a step-by-step picture guide on all of the stitches that you would need for it. That's good to know. Some important little notes. Oh, if you're the first time to crochet, please scan the code to learn the basic crochet stitches. That's really helpful. That is very helpful. Alright, and then there's the actual pattern, so I'm not going to show off the entirety of that. Let's go back into the box. So it looks like this is our little yarn. I'll pull out my yarns one by one. We have our white. Oh, it came pre-started in a magic circle for you. Okay, as a beginner, that's very helpful, because that is one of the harder techniques to learn when you're beginning. So that already is phenomenal that they put that there. I love it. And then you get 2 little stitch markers with it. But here's my little white with their brand on it. You can probably read it a lot better now. And then we have the little strawberry color, a little pink. Then there is a small bit of green, which, as you can see in the booklet, there is a teeny bit of green right there. You can also see a bit of yellow, which is right here. And then the very teeny tiny little tongue, wrong way, sorry. So we have a little bit of red. Now next part. We have this little goodie bag here of all of the stuff that was in here. Let me open this up. Alright, so we have a hook in here actually. Which size is this? A 3.5 millimeter hook. So I'm assuming that is what they want us to use with the yarn. So this is a hook. Not the hook size that I would recommend for a beginner, because smaller is definitely not better in this aspect. You would want a bigger hook that could hold things, and I'll show you what I mean. Now this is a 5 millimeter hook. It's the same metal hook, it just doesn't have the handle thing that this one does. I don't have this brand of hook to show you as reference. But again, 3.5, 5 millimeter. I wouldn't recommend a 5 millimeter, but I don't have a 4.5 to show you. But even like the difference between like the size of the hook up at the top, you're gonna have a lot easier time gripping and grabbing the yarn with this size rather than with this size. But this is what they recommended me to use. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to assume that I don't have any crochet hooks and that I don't know any better, so I'm going to use this one. Although I wouldn't recommend that. Alright, we have a little pair of scissors in here. That's actually pretty surprising. Looks like the package was pre-opened for me. I love that. I actually really like these types of scissors where you can just snip them. These aren't this like sleekest pair I've had. These ones are sticking a little, like if you really listen. They're sticking, but I mean they're still free scissors, and these are pretty good scissors, so I love that. Alright, so the last of the little goodies in this little bag, so I'm going to move that to the side now, is a sewing needle, which is actually perfect because you will need a sewing needle to attach the fine details with this, so I love that they give you one of those. They give you 2 additional stitch markers to the 2 that were already in the magic circle over here, which is pretty sweet. And then you have your 2 pairs of safety eyes and then the washers to attach the eyes into the plushie, which is great. I'm hoping the size is correct because different like hook sizes, for instance, can vary. But this is their kit, so I'm going to trust that their eyes are correct. And then at the very little bottom here is a very little bit of stuffing, which is vacuum sealed. So I'm a little curious like how this is going to like pop up when I use it. So I'm going to put all these little goodies back in here for now, including the eyes, even though I'll probably lose them now. Just so that way I can open this real quick with you guys, because I don't know what it's going to do. Like, I love vacuum sealed stuffing. It just pops up and it's so fun. Oh, yep. There it is. Yeah, it's all stuffing now. So that grew pretty thick, if I do say so myself. I don't know if this is all of the stuffing that I will need, but I will do it like this. I will work through the beginning of the pattern. If I find any errors, then I will come back and show you, but I'll change the camera and go back to me, obviously. And if not, then I will show you everything. Oh yeah, here's more little QR codes. So we'll be back. So I am about this far into, obviously this is my ball of yarn, I only have the head done so far. I did put the eyes a little too close compared to how they are on the booklet. That's my fault. I can't fault them for that. I do that regardless. But I'm looking at it and I just want to like glue down the edges rather than trying to sew them like they say. Although I do have enough yarn probably to sew them down. I just personally would glue these down regardless, so I'm going to do that regardless. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, how cute and cool would it be to compare like their version that they recommend and then a version that I would recommend? Because this is more of like a t-shirt yarn. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that on camera. Not that great. It's more of like a t-shirt type yarn. It's not like acrylic yarn, which is really where you should be beginning with. And also, like I said, the hook size is just a little bit too small for my personal recommendations. It's not a hook size that I would reach for when using acrylic, although I think it does work very well with this t-shirty type yarn because it really does like grab it perfectly. Other than my demonstration, of course. But I think it would be good to do that. So I don't know if I will do that with the other box that I have, only because there is like, you know, like I'm doing this one, so I don't really have to do both. I guess I could do both if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I will. But I'm going to finish this little guy up, which is looking cute already. I will say, like a little strawberry moo without like me finishing in the face. But I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to finish a version in acrylic with the hook size that I would prefer to use. And then by the end of this, when you see me next, I will be comparing these two and then jumping to the next box. It's been several days. It's been several days since I've touched this, but I finished it. I finished it. So before I show you the finished cow, which I'm pulling up in front of me now, I'll show you what's left in the kit because I didn't know what would be left, if there would be anything left. So we have our little box here, and the scissors, they're just, you know, they're not the best thing on planet Earth. These are pretty good, like, traveling scissors. So I think maybe I should rate things out of 1 through 10. This scissors is a solid 9. Like, they're just scissors. They're reliable. They will break eventually on you. They're not going to be as sturdy as like a normal pair of scissors. But if you're only using it in like a travel yarn bag, they're worth it. They're worth it. The next thing I have some left over is polyfill, which I didn't think I would have enough polyfill for my project. So I was very surprised that I had extra polyfill, and I stuffed it. I stuffed it fully until it could not be stuffed anymore. I was overstuffing this cow, trying to get it to come up with no stuffing. But this stuffing, this is the softest stuffing I've ever felt in my life. Like, if you were to compare, this is what came in the kit to what some polyfill stuffing looks like that you can buy in like Walmart and like the polyfill brands. Look at how they look different. First of all, this one's a lot more sporadic. This one's a lot more clumped together. But even like pulling it apart, like it's not, like it doesn't give a rough texture as some stuffings do. It's just this softest thing on earth, and I would love to know where, like, I don't know how to pronounce the brand, like Meow. I would love to know like where they get this stuffing from, because I would love to purchase it. It's so soft. The stuffing, straight 10 out of 10. Just straight 10 out of 10. I love how I have extra. Straight 10 out of 10. The pattern itself, I love how there's like QR codes to help you. The pattern for the cow itself is just super cute. It's got all the terminology and stuff in the beginning if you don't know how to crochet. So this is a good 10 out of 10 here. This is pretty nice. I wish the font where the actual instructions are was just be a little bit bigger. Because, like, if you're looking at the book from a distance, like, usually you're crocheting away from you, like, this far. If you're this far, you can't read this. You can't read this. This isn't the actual instructions, by the way. It's just, like, how to read it. So I'm not giving anything away, but you can't. From a distance, you can't read that. Even up close, like, you gotta be squinting to read it. So that's my only complaint about the booklets in general. But, booklet, 10 out of 10. The hook, I don't like using small hooks personally. It would have been a bigger hook, but that's not why we're here. We're not grading it. No, but in terms of like actually like use, it's pretty good for in terms of the yarn that it's paired with. Not good. So I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10 for that. Like, it's a good hook. I wouldn't use it personally like, ever again, which is why I threw it. The plastic needle and the stitch markers that came in here are going to be paired in the same category. They're small. Only because I can tell that they were like mass produced, which obviously they are, of course. They always are. But like I could literally just like when you're like opening and closing your stitch marker, you don't want it to have much resistance. Like this one's a good one because I'm pulling it, and it's not snapping. That's a good one. But there was a purple one in here, which does the exact opposite, where if you pull, you can see it's stretching so much to the point where it gives out. Like, it gave out. This isn't a good, sturdy stitch marker. It's not going to last you long, and in fact, I could break it right now if I wanted to. But they did give you a lot of them, like this one, another bad one, and I think there was only 3 in here. Nope, there's 4. So the 4th one is also awful. So out of the 4 stitch markers that came in here, only one of them was a good long-lasting stitch marker. But if you're a beginner, you're probably not going to use these much anyways, and they're probably going to end up in the trash anyways, because I don't suggest these anyways. So in terms of like counting, it's pretty reliable. I'd still say, like, as long as you're not like stretching it out, bending them as I just did. So I'll give it like a 4 out of 10. But if you want a really good one, I suggest just splurging a little bit and getting a custom one. I like the lever back specifically because they're easy just to push and pull, and they're just done. But you're obviously not going to get that in a beginner kit. In terms of the needle though, like same problem. Like I could just, it's done. It's not going to last you long. You can get like a 2-pack at Walmart, I think, for like $3-4. Just invest in the $3-4 because they will last you months. And for the yarn, there was a lot of yarn left over. This was the white after making the cow. There was a lot of pink left over as well. I kept all the little yarn scrap pieces just to show I was using as much as I could. And it still was not making a dent at all. The yellow I had a super little ball extra still of. And this color I didn't even touch. So it's still wrapped up in its nice and fresh coloring look. So the yarn overall, I'm not a fan. Like I said, I wish it would have been just acrylic, whether it's Red Heart like I have here, or this is the Michael's version where it's value something. I can't read what that word is, to be honest. It's got accents on it. But acrylic yarn is just a lot thicker and it's a bit more durable, and it's not going to pull and fly and get stuck as easily as whatever this texture is. I don't know what it is, to be honest. But the box was super cute and all. But now we must show you what the actual cow looks like. That's the whole point. And this is what it looks like. I messed up the face a little bit. I will take the credit for that. I kind of misplaced things. That's my... But I feel like if you're a beginner, you're going to misplace things anyways. But I misplaced one of the spots, so... But the cow itself, it looks really cute. It's just pretty small. Like, I could just stick it back in the box and close the box, and you would not know that there was a cow in it. It's just, it's a little bit on the easy smaller side. You know, I have a mug right next to me, too. Like, so it next to a mug, it's about half, it's not even bigger than a mug. It's half the size of a mug. But it is still super cute, though. I will give it that. On the book, it shows there is a little tongue that it comes with, as well as the nose details, but like I said, I didn't use that yarn. The nose is just too small, in my opinion, to feasibly do it. There was no instructions in here to make the nose, because it looks like it's like a little crocheted or felted piece. There was no felt, there was no instructions to make a tongue. Kind of sad about that, because I thought the tongue was the cutest part about this. That's the reason why I picked this one, and then the axolotl, I was like, I want the little tongue. There's no little tongue. But this is cute with their recommended yarn and the recommended hook size. Once again, I recommend the Red Heart yarn, which is bigger, and then a 4.5mm hook, which is bigger in terms of what you're working with, because it's a little bit easier when you have something bigger to see. So this is the crocheted version's recommended size and yarn that came with the kit, and this is my version of recommended yarn and crochet sizes. And as you can see next to the mug, the size difference between these two, like I could stack them up, like they're stackables at this point. But this is the one that I made secondly. I did finish this one first, and then I made this one. Just as a disclaimer, I didn't cheat and look at the pattern and then get out any errors in this one. This was my full first try, which is why I misplaced some things. But this one's more correct, if you will. I just used bigger eyes. The strawberry was not big enough, since this is such a big scale now that it like sticks with the eye. It doesn't look right anymore. The actual design though is still super cute, and I prefer this size compared to this size only because it's like an actual like little handful, and I feel like more people are more likely to buy this one rather than this one. But it's still super cute. I just don't know if I like the yarn and the hook size personally. That's like a personal thing. If you like that yarn and hook size, then it's perfect for you. Because there are some people who use the acrylic yarn, like Red Heart or Value, whatever that word was, religiously, and they use a hook size this small. I can't. I can't feasibly see wanting something this small when you could have something this big from the same pattern and have it just look the same. Like, there's no difference between them other than the errors on my part. But that was the entirety of that crochet kit. And I know. We're waiting for this one. We want this one. We want the axolotl. I was more excited for this one too. That's why I did it second. Because this one is supposed to come with a pre-done plushie. But if you remember, the plushie looks like an actual plushie and not a crocheted plushie. How that helps, I don't know. But in terms of like different sizes in the box, like this box is definitely bigger than this box. And I want to point out again that on this box too, it also says warning may result in getting hooked, which I just love. Like, that's still so funny to me. But I'm just going to keep the angle like this to show you, because I'm probably just going to speed run through this kit now and then just come back, do a quick little quoted review for this one too, and then just give final results. But I will say this brand, as well as other brands, have a lot more crochet kits that I've just been like secretly putting in my wish list. But this brand specifically has a ton more. I was looking it up online on their website, and they have like 14 more, I believe, that I didn't do. So if you want to see me retry out some more of them, I'd love to. They looked fun. Alright, so opening the box, we're going to have a lot of the same things. Of course. We're keeping it in there. First off, oh no. The hook looks small again. But, you know, let me give my little review whilst I'm opening this, since we look like this. One, right off the bat, the scissors again. Actually, these have a better click than this one. This one's from the first kit. Which you can hear the difference in that. They don't clip as fast as these ones do. So I'm still going to give the scissors 9 out of 10. It's still a reliable scissor to use, especially since that one sounds like better quality, which if you're getting it from a third party, you can't really, you can't judge what you're getting. This one is a 3mm hook. What was the other one that they gave me? This one is a 3mm hook, and this one's a 3.5mm hook. This one was from the other kit. They gave me a smaller hook size to use. A smaller... I make no promises to use this. No, I'm sorry. I make no promises to use this hook. I'm just... Set it down. Alright. We have one needle in here, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to try to bend it. Okay, this one's not bending as bad as the first one did. As you can see, it didn't really make any moves, which is pretty nice. This stitch marker, bad quality. This stitch marker, bad quality. And then just the safety eyes, which they're not jagged in any way, so those are pretty good. So... stitch markers weren't good, needle was good, and then we got all of the yarn, of course. More of this glorious polyfill, please. I want more of the polyfill. It's just so nice. So we have our pink base yarn here, and one thing I will say is that they have magic rings pre-started for you, so I actually do have more potential stitch markers here, so I'm just going to pull them out and bend them all. This one, trash. Straight trash. I'm not going to pull out the other one because it is holding the magic circle for me, but it's the same yarn consistency. I already know I'm not going to be happy with it. The white, which I don't know why there's white. I have to check. I thought it was just like solid pink. Oh, because there's a little shell. I have dropped everything within the box contents on my floor. We'll get it afterwards. But as you can see on this one, there is the axolotl, and it comes with a little mini pearl, which is why there is so much white, and I have to pick up everything off the floor. I've picked up the contents of the box, so we'll keep going with the little bag that they have in here. So we have the pink and the white yarn so far. This is the secondary axolotl color. It's like this bright, vibrant red, which will go against the pink as like the axolotl's gills. There is a tad bit of green and a tad bit of black for like embroidery detailing, which is nice. And the stuffing. I love how it's so vacuum sealed. Like, look at that little indent there it's got going on. Oh, I love this stuffing. Like, look at it just pop out immediately. Like, it's just so nice. It's so nice. Taking care of the trash immediately, too. Yep. This is the nice stuffing again. Once again, super, super soft stuffing. I love it. The stuffing's easily the best part about this crochet kit. Like, their packaging's all super cute. I'll give them that. Like, this is cute. The packaging for this is cute. And the boxes in general are super cute. I just don't like the yarn personally. Not my choice. But the stuffing, I'll take this all day, every day. I'm going to click open. I'm going to click open the book real quick. Try to keep the QR codes out of the way. And yes, it's like the other one. There is an intro guide into every stitches with plenty of QR codes. And then it gets into the actual pattern itself. So the booklet, once again, is going to be pretty good if you are just learning. And what we've all been waiting for, the supposed plushie that it comes with. Oh, I felt it. Okay. This is cute. It's not crocheted. It's not crocheted. I don't know how we feel about that. But it is weighted. Like, if you listen, it's got like little beans in it. And the top is stuffing. So the little gills is super cute. The little face is super cute. It's got little seeds and stuff. It's got the branding on its little tag. And this is super cute. Like, honestly, I would just buy this in general. Like, look how cute this little guy is. They're adorable. It's got their little brand name on there. So you can see how cute that looks. This is cute, though. Do I know how the crocheted version is going to compare to their pre-done plushie? I think that's how they advertised it. I don't know, but this is super cute. Like, I love this. Like, this is going on my shelf over there with all my other like plushies that I've purchased. This is cute. I love this. This is cute. Do I know if I can make this cute? I'm going to change things up with this kit because I do have the two, because I feel like if I were to just use this yarn again in the same way, I would get one like this, and I want something like this. So I'm going to up the 3 hook size that they gave me. I'm going to cheat a little, and no, I'm not using the 3.5 one either. I'm cheating even more than that. I'm going to use my 4.5 hook, which is just personally going to grip this much bigger and much looser, so it's less stress on me, on my wrists, and on the plushie itself. So I'm going to leave that here for today. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it in the day span. If I don't finish it today, you'll know when the shirt's different. If the shirt's different, I didn't commit to finishing it today. If the shirt's the same, we can give me some clapping in the comments. But this is just so cute. I'm putting this on my shelf right now, and I will get back to you when I have the finished axolotl. Alright, I'm back. First, let's address the elephant in the room. It is a different shirt. I didn't finish it tomorrow. I finished it like 8:30 at night yesterday, and I was out of it, man. I had dinner, and then I took an early night because I woke up super early yesterday at like 6 in the morning to try and film this. But I have everything left within this box, and first off, the stuffing. There was a lot of extra stuffing here. Like, I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I will say it again. This stuffing, I love this stuffing. So having extra of this is so nice. But there's a ton of the extra stuffing. The booklet, once again, for a beginner, I say this is really good. It's just not the yarn so much that I love. And ignore all my little hairs going out everywhere. It's because I got my hair in a little bun. Maybe we should make that a bit more noticeable so my hair doesn't look as crazy. There we go. So the axolotl, though, came with the axolotl itself and then a little clam. And I did the axolotl first because I didn't know if I'd have enough yarn for the clam pearl thing. I don't know. But I did have enough, so I did end up making this. And I think this is pretty cute for like a beginner. Like, I would never think to make this. This is adorable. Like, I think this is the perfect size, honestly. And I'm probably going to turn this into like a little keychain, to be honest with you guys. To be 100%, I'm honestly going to turn this into a keychain. But, excuse me, the axolotl themselves. I gave them eyebrows and different mouth than the book had. Ooh, almost dropped her, sis. But I think it is just the darn cutest thing. It's got some little embroidered seeds on the back. It's got the gills, the little strawberry leaf. And overall, it's just teeny tiny and cute. Like this one. It's just teeny tiny and cute. Now, for the yarn leftovers, I did have quite a bit. So obviously the little needle, this one was good. All of the stitch markers were bad, by the way. I like bended them when they came out. Not good. There's a lot of leftover pink, a lot of leftover of the gill colors, a lot of leftover white. There's even a little bit of leftover green and a bunch of leftover black. The scissors and the hooks once again. And then from the other kit, as a reminder, I had leftover yarn in that as well. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with all of this leftover yarn that came in these kits. Maybe if you have an idea that I can try to finish them with. Or else I'm probably just going to make a couple little keychains here out of them, to be completely honest. Scissors, I got no more comments for them. The 3mm hook I think is honestly a bit ridiculous. I don't know how I would have used this because I didn't use it for this hook. But I did use the recommended 3.5 on this one, and I don't like it either. And I said I was going to use my 4.5. My 4.5 was too big, so I just used my 4, which is, again, another little custom hook of mine. I love them. But I thought the 4 was the perfect size, honestly. So if you were to do one of their kits from, I don't even know, it just says me wow. I don't know. We'll put it right there. But if you were to use one of their kits, I would suggest just getting your own 4mm hook and your own plastic needles from Walmart. They're not going to be expensive. It'll cost you a bit more, but it is an investment. Because, like, I bought these hooks, and they're, like, the handle ones, so they're better for you. But if you were just to buy the metal hooks from Walmart, they're not going to break on you, I promise. I have a tin over there of metal hooks that I have had for 3-4 years now, and after relentless uses, they've never broken or bent on me at all in any way. So just invest a little bit more. And if you are the type that likes the hooks with the gripping bases, you can pay just a couple dollars extra at a Michael's or a Joann's, whether it's in-store or online. It depends on the hook size you're going for. And these will also last you years. You will not need another hook ever. But in total, for my thoughts on the little kits, I'm not going to be able to fit everything in my hands. In total, my thoughts for the kits here. What did I just say? I just said it wouldn't fit in my hands. We'll start with the cows first. The cows, I would definitely recommend my bigger one compared to the littler one. I still say this design is super cute. Everything in the box was pretty well put for a beginner, other than the hook. I'm not going to get over to the hook part. The yarn's not the best to begin with, only because it does end up super small, and you ideally don't want super small pieces when you're beginning because you want the room for errors, because then you can cover up more with the bigger parts, rather than these parts are so little. But we're going to give it a stamp of yes or no for the cows. For the cows, I still say yeah. This is pretty beginner friendly. It's cute. It's got a lot of sewing parts, which if you're not the best at sewing, it's not going to be great for you. But overall, with all of the instructions and tutorials step by step, this is pretty good for beginners. And then you have your axolotl and clam. And I actually love this one more than the cows, especially with the pre-done plushie that I hung up there. It's just cute. This is cute. This is cute. I kind of like this more than the axolotl, to be honest. But this is cute, and I totally see you keeping this in the future. Like, if you were to make this, I don't know how, like, where you would put this, because it's just a strawberry cow. You make them pretty much a lot when you're crocheting, especially if you're crocheting for markets. But a little strawberry axolotl and a little pearl, you don't see these as much as you see strawberry cows. So I feel like this one would definitely be a better seller, as well as a better like decor piece to have a little clam with it. But I'd say this one is even more beginner friendly than the cow, so it's going to get a yes from me as well. Only because this part is a little bit harder to know how to sew these pieces right. But the axolotl in itself wasn't that many additional sew-ons. You really only had the gills, the leaf, and the head and the body were separated, which the head and the body for most crochet patterns are separated, so it is useful to know how to sew those together. And then with all of the QR code guides that you could click open on YouTube, that is very helpful. The only part I struggled with was the strawberry leaves personally, but I didn't bother clicking open a video to like try to watch how they did it. I just winged it myself. But in terms of everything that I got here, I'd say this brand was pretty great with their beginner guides to crochet. And like I said, they have like 10 more boxes as options that I could potentially do in the future, which I do still want to do. Like, I want to do more of these because I feel like this was super fun for me personally. And for you guys, you get to learn more about these kits too. So if you want to see more of this brand specifically, that right there, just comment down below you want to see more crochet kits from that brand there. And if you want to see more kits in general, like if you have an Etsy shop where you sell them, if you have an Instagram where you can sell them, then, you know, don't be afraid to shout yourself out down there. I'm looking. And you can always just, you know, if you want to shout out somebody else that you've seen, if you're curious about one and you want me to try it out, I'd be more than happy to. But for now, with this crochet kit, they are officially done.